Hello, my dear students, and welcome back. I know your exams are just around the corner, and things can get a little stressful. But don't you worry. Today, we're going to break down a super interesting chapter, MSME and entrepreneurship. We'll make it so simple that by the end of this, you'll feel absolutely ready. So, let's get right into it. You know, every big journey starts with a small step. And to get us started, I want to share a really inspiring story. It's about a man named Kumbung Mayam Dana Chandra Singh from Manipur. He came from a humble background. His father was a tailor, but he always dreamt of doing something more. One day, just imagine, he took some leftover pieces of cloth, just scraps, and stitched a really unique purse for a friend. And right in that moment, that little spark of an idea, that became the beginning of his amazing company, Romi Bags. So, what's our plan for today? It's simple. First, we'll finish that inspiring story. Then, we'll figure out what this big word MSME actually means. After that, we'll see just how powerful these small businesses are, look at the challenges they face, and finally, and this is the cool part, we'll learn how you can protect your own brilliant ideas. It's a simple roadmap to scoring full marks in this chapter. Okay, let's officially begin with our first section. And remember, this isn't just some story I'm telling you. It's a real-life example from Manipur, showing how one person with one idea can build something incredible. This is what entrepreneurship is all about. Just look at his journey. He starts by learning tailoring as a kid. Then comes that spark, that one little purse from scrap cloth. And from that, in 1996, he takes a huge leap and starts Romi Bags. Can you believe it? And just about 10 years later, in 2007, his hard work gets recognized with a national award. It just proves that you don't need a lot of money to start, just a good idea and a lot of heart. Now, a business like Romi Bags fits into a very special category that our government recognizes. You've probably heard this term, MSME. It sounds a bit like alphabet soup, doesn't it? So what does it actually stand for? Let's decode it together. It's actually quite straightforward. MSME stands for micro, small, and medium enterprises. And the government of India has a very clear way of deciding which business is which. It's not about how many people work there. It's all about two things: how much money they have invested in things like machines and their annual turnover, which is just a simple way of saying their total sales for the whole year. So, you want to know the exact numbers, right? Let's start with the smallest category, the micro enterprise. Are you ready to see the magic numbers that define it? Let's go. Okay, so the first rule is about investment. For a business to be called a micro-enterprise, its investment in all its machinery and equipment must be up to 1 crore rupees, not more than 1 crore. Simple enough, right? And the second rule is about its total sales or turnover. For a micro-enterprise, the turnover should be up to 5 crore rupees in a year. So if a business meets both these conditions, investment under 1 crore and turnover under 5 crores, congratulations, it's a micro-enterprise, see? Not so complicated after all. Now this slide here, this is your golden ticket for revision. It puts everything in one neat little table. We just saw micro. For a small enterprise, investment is up to 10 crores and turnover up to 50 crores. And for a medium one, investment goes up to 50 crores and turnover up to 250 crores. Seriously, pause the video and take a screenshot of this right now. It will be a lifesaver for your last-minute revision. So why is this so important? Why is there an entire chapter on these businesses? Well, it's because these MSMEs, they're like the superheroes of the Indian economy. They might be small, but their power is immense. Let's find out why. Prepare to have your mind blown. A staggering 95% of all industries in India are MSMEs. Can you even imagine that? After agriculture, they provide the most jobs in our country. And what's really amazing is that they create jobs in our villages and towns so people don't have to leave their homes and move to big cities. They make everything, from the soap you use to the parts in your phone. And most importantly, they give anyone with a dream a chance to start their own business. This sector truly is the backbone of our country. Okay, everyone, listen up. Exam alert. This is a classic question. It comes up all the time for 3 or even 5 marks. The question is, how do small-scale industries contribute to the socio-economic development of India? The perfect answer is on the next slide, so pay very, very close attention. And here it is, the perfect answer. The most important words you need to remember are balanced regional development. What does this mean? It means because these industries can be set up anywhere, they use local raw materials and give jobs to local people. This helps all regions of our country grow together, not just the big cities. This prevents overcrowding in cities and helps our towns and villages to become strong. That's the key phrase your teacher is looking for.
But, it's not always easy being a superhero. Our MSMEs have to face some really big villains, some major challenges. So let's take a look at the difficult battles these small businesses have to fight every single day.
This table explains it all so well. First, money is a huge problem. Banks want some kind of security or collateral, which these small entrepreneurs often don't have. Then, raw materials are more expensive because they can't afford to buy in huge quantities. Marketing is tough too. They have to rely on middlemen, who often take a big cut of their profits. Sometimes, to keep costs low, quality might take a hit. And on top of all this, they have to compete with giant Indian companies and huge multinational corporations. It's a really tough fight. So let's say you are an entrepreneur. You've fought all these battles and you've created something amazing. How do you stop others from copying you? Well, that brings us to our final and super important section, intellectual property rights, or IPR. Think of it as a legal super shield that protects your fantastic ideas. Let me make this really simple for you. You're all on Instagram, right? Your username, your handle, is unique. Only you can have it. No one else in the world can take your exact handle. Well, IPR is exactly like that, but for your business ideas. It's a super official, legally recognized handle for your brand name, your inventions, and your creative work. It makes sure your idea belongs only to you. Now, this shield comes in different types. Copyright is literally your right to say, do not copy my work, like your book, a song you wrote, or a painting. A trademark protects your business's identity, like the Nike swoosh logo. A patent protects a brand new scientific invention. A GI tag is special. It connects a product to its place, like wonderful Darjeeling tea or sweet Nagpur oranges. And finally, a trade secret is top secret info that gives you an advantage, like the famous Coca-Cola recipe. Now, here's something you absolutely must remember, especially when it comes to patents. There's a big difference between an invention and a discovery. Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity. It was always there. He just found it. You can't get a patent for that. But Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. He created something that didn't exist before. That is patentable. So remember, a patent is for an invention, not a discovery. This is a very important point. And with that, we've covered the whole chapter, from the story of Romi bags to understanding what MSMEs are, and even learning how to protect an idea. So this leaves us with one final big question to think about. Are entrepreneurs just born with some special talent, or can anyone learn to become one? What do you think?
Well, the wonderful thing is, your textbook gives a very clear answer. Entrepreneurship is not some kind of magic. It's a systematic process with clear steps. It's something that can be learned and practiced. So the most important lesson today is that if you have a great idea and the courage to follow it, you can become an entrepreneur too. That's it for today. Study hard, stay confident, and all the very, very best for your exams. You are going to be amazing.